Makes sense. Now we have two scholars here. As you hear, Jackson defines the whole terminology and the tree and the friends and all of that, right? Different type of friends. And Witter here giving his opinion and breaking down different barriers. So common sense, make it make sense. You know, I'm the one with the simpler questions. Don't worry, gentlemen. So, Jackson, do you think you have the qualities to change the environment and your circle of friends?
I think I have the qualities, absolutely. I change my environment all the time. You know, I was talking to my son, recently, last month, about, moving, right? And he was just kind of explaining his journey and some things that he struggled with. And I was explaining to him, like, the amount of times I've moved. And I was actually counting, and it's almost 20 times I've moved different houses that I've lived in my life. So I've changed my environment a lot of times, right? One thing that, yeah, with a nose, right? So a few persons have been there and know that I've been there, I've gone through it. You know what I mean? So definitely have the ability to change my circle or my environment. But the one thing I'll tell you is if you have real friends that look out for you and mean you well, like those ones are the ones that are going to stick around. It doesn't matter what environment, what geography, what's going on in your life. If you have the real ones, they'll definitely stick around, right? And again, sometimes the real ones bring some next real ones around your same way too. So you just have to appreciate that energy there and just enjoy it, because at the end of the day, that's what life is about. You know, as I mentioned, expanding your circle, and make sure say when you expand using your own words, you choose wisely, right? Can't choose a family, but I can't choose a friend them.
That is it. Waiter, as a man that wear many hats.
Yeah. When I'm
talking to you after when I'm talking to you, so I have to pause for a minute and wonder which one of the hats I'm talking to.
It will be confused sometimes.
So my question to you is, do you think your circle has an impact on changing you? Hold on. I have to know which one of the Witter we're talking to, you know.
So this is not what I'm kind of egoistic, right?
Witter, your mic cutting out. I didn't hear what you said.
So this is, you hear me now? Clearly?
Yeah, man. Yeah, clear.
So this is not Witter the legend answering guy, you know what I mean? I'm kind of egotistic. So I talk to Mr. Witter, the business one.
I have to take caution, sir.
So, you have a laugh about. Give me the question again.
So it's the opposite question to what I asked Kemar.
Mm-hmm.
My question, I asked Kemar if he think he has the influence to change his environment.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying, with a man that wears so many hats, you are an individual that transforms yourself numerous times.
Yeah.
Do you think your environment changed you?
I'm going to speak general first and then I relate to myself. I do think your environment have a lot to do with certain personality traits that you'll take on. So that's why, again, as you guys mentioned, you have to know the friends that you choose. And it can be a liability to you. So that's why I make sure that I choose my circle very wisely. So my circles is a reflection of me. The persons that I have around me. It's persons that I can probably, on any platform or any hats that I'm wearing, I can mention them at any time. So I choose my circle carefully. So yes, your circle influence you, and you can also influence your circle, as you asked Jackson. I don't think you were talking about the physical environment. I mean, if the atmosphere of your circle, can you inspire your circle to be greater? And that's how the influence come into parts. So your circle can influence you, and you can influence your circle.
Oh wow. Well, I like the answer there. And if I didn't answer your question, Q, I can take another shot at it. Because, clearly I was talking about something else.
Knowing that you said that, I give you the opportunity to go ahead and put some more clarification on what you were saying.
Yeah, man, absolutely. So if we're talking about influencing my circle in terms of the people around me, well, yeah, definitely. I hope that I've influenced them somewhat. I have some friends that I've I've never heard them talk about investing or heard them talk about any type of financial health or anything like that. And and people are reaching out to me, more often than ever nowadays that I've written a book and stuff, and they're asking me about investment strategies and stuff like that. So definitely, I feel like I had some influence over their decision to take on that journey. So, but besides that, I mean, even before that, I feel like I've always been influencing people that have been around me. So yeah, definitely, I think I have the capability to do that.
So in this case, you both gentlemen are a tree. So I would say personally, right? It's okay to be a grass because I believe I'm a grass.
No, man.
No, and I'm gonna state why. There's nothing being wrong with being a grass. Because being a grass sometimes you can grow as high as you want to be without nobody cutting the grass, depending on where the tree is. However, for me personally, I'm a mere reflection of all the great people I surround myself with. Sometimes, with you being the smartest guy in the room, there's not much for you to learn from. So, gentlemen, I would say this to the viewers. Whether you're the grass or whether you're the tree, the most important thing for you to do is to identify who you are. You have to know if your environment is influencing you or you are influencing your environment. Now, if you are influencing your environment, you have to know what you are saying and when you're saying it, versus if your environment is influencing you. Now, you have to be clear on the environment you choose because it has such an impact on you. Right? Now, the reason why I'm talking to the audience and not you gentlemen here are apparently a tree. Right? So the bars of expectation is different on you. But for the person out there who's watching this podcast, it's okay to be both a tree and it's okay to be the grass. But the most important thing is, man, find yourself. Know where you stand. Because if you surround yourself with great people, you're automatically going to be great. And if you're an individual who go where there's no path and leave a trail, you're also a great individual. But in order for you to shine within your greatness, you have to identify who you are. Gentlemen, would you agree with me on that? What's up?
Yeah, I agree with 80% of what you said, or 90%.
Yeah.
In the sense where we state that, you know what I mean? You're in the circle and you're one of the pillars in the circle, you're the column, but you love to downplay yourself. But anyways, you're a style that.
Let's not go about me.
Let me finish. So, but I understand what you're saying when you mention that we can look at it this way as well. A true leader has to know to follow. A leader can't just be all about himself. He must understand the persons who are around him. So a lot of times, persons expect to just be a three and stand out, but sometimes you have to do the baby steps. So on that sense, I understand what you're saying. However, I don't agree that you're a grass. You're a column amongst many, and we respect you, sir. You know what I mean? You're somebody that I look up to, and I think a lot of person, a grass can give shade in many cases, and you are a shade to a lot of person. But
No, we'll cover the line. We'll cover the line.
Come on, lad.
Some people give shade, some people cover the line. But each have his own, I mean,
Purpose.
purpose.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, man. So, back to it. What we are saying. I agree with him. I don't think you are a grass at all. But at the end of the day, as he said, you like to kind of downplay it. But at the end of the day, what I think about you when I look at you is I understand why you say you're a grass, right? Because your standards and your expectation is set so high that you're sitting from a perspective of where you are now and looking at your expectation. I said, no, man, me a grass, right? But that has nothing to do with everybody that's around you. That's just on you yourself. And I love that about you because you set your expectation high, right? And that is always good. So maybe we are the grass and you are the tree.
So let's not have it. Let's not have it.
That's how you should look at it.
Let's go to the next part of it. Let's go to the next part of it.
And the reason why I say that is because maybe our expectations are much lower than yours, and that's why you say you're a grass because so you're gonna grow way taller than that, right? When an oak tree shoot out and it on the grass up on the same level, the oak tree knows that upper side to go, right? The oak tree know that. So what the oak tree has said to himself said, why? When I reach nowhere yet. But you know what the grass has said to himself? Him reach. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
man,
what
the
the
tree,
tree.
the
But
tree
but
know
but but
different.
but but,
So
but one
me
must
understand what you
understand.
say. I like
But
it.
one must understand when a person is a grass versus a person is a tree.
Yeah.
One go with height, right?
And the next
So you can
one,
see from far and see them,
right.
while one cover the mass. But they're both important because they both
Absolutely.
need each other.
Look
So
at it this way, too, you know. The grass feed a multitude of different animals and farm animals. You know what I mean? Feed a lot.
depends on
Very
the tree.
important.
Can
I
imagine a
like it.
co-
But let's get back
can
to
imagine this
the
land.
topic.
Can imagine this land without a coconut tree?
Jaja.
Anyway, but
Yeah.
my next question to the gentleman is this, right? Thank you for giving me the compliments, but I still believe that I'm a mere reflection of the great people I surround. And I think one other thing in life is you have to identify who you are. So then, if you are an influencer, as I said before, you have to know what you're saying. If you're a person who is influenced by your environment, you have to choose your environment wisely, right? Now, Mr. Jackson, does your friend's financial status matter to you? Or should your friend's financial status matter to you?
So here's the thing now, right? I'm gonna say no, right? And here's why I
It's
say
better.
no. Here's why I say no.
Mhm.
Unlike your partner, right? You and your friend now go budget, right? So if you get PA or you have a certain amount of money or whatever the case is, and you need to budget for the month, you're not gonna call your friend for budget. The only thing you might ask a friend is, where you can find the cheapest chicken for buy. But you and them now go sit down and say, all right, we are gonna spend, as it's not
But
a
go back.
we gonna
I'm
spend.
gonna stick a pin right there.
Mm,
You're not the kind of person who's know the budget and you ask them where to find the cheapest chicken, right? They might tell you where they think the cheapest chicken is, which might be more expensive than what you were thinking. But that person, does that make a difference that that person is your friend?
I mean, no, because again, I say it don't matter, right? Because at the end of the day, whether they're broke or rich, I don't think friendship is based on um on your ability to provide, while a relationship can be based on that, right? So friendship, that wouldn't really come into play. At the end of the day, still,
That's something.
at the end of the day, I think I've said this before, but at the end of the day, if you have a yacht, let's say you're Bill Gates and you have one of them multi $500 million yacht there, right? Who you gonna have on it? You have a friend them, right? You have your wife, you have a friend them, right? And your
That's if
friend.
you're married. That's if you're married though, because someone
If
just
you're
want to
married,
hear woman
right?
on the
If
ship.
you're not married, then yeah. But you still have even if you're not married and a peer woman upon it, you still have a friend upon it. Don't.
No, unless I let my friend.
Different thing you talk about, I know. But hear me, I say, Zin. No, if you're a friend of a yacht, if all your friends have a yacht, right? It don't make sense for three yacht them gone out to sea and gone in separate way. Because you are par with your friend them. You see what I say?
I
So
get
at
what
the
you're
end of
saying.
the day, yeah, at the end of the day, financial
But,
status sometimes.
wouldn't you say you can race at them too? Because then
That's a good
that's what
point.
friendship is about,
That's
Friendship,
a good point.
friendship is about things what you guys have in common and what you can share. Because we need a balanced life too.
Yeah, man, definitely.
What's up?
Yes, sir.
Your circle and your friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you say you have different circle for different reason and different friends for different reason? Or
Yeah,
would
man.
you say or would you just say it's a season?
I made mention earlier on that we have to understand the role that someone play in our life as we grow and know the season of the person. So, for example, my grassroots friendships, our friends, are not the ones that I go to college with, but being in college, I meet some new friends. A lot of times when we move from the different stages in life, we realize that these friends were just for those seasons. Sometimes pure persons don't know how to differentiate and they try to bring that person, even in relationship to, and that become the downfall of them. So yeah, I believe that as you just say, mentioned the tree, you know, you have the grassroots, the root of the tree, you have the trunk, you have the branch, and you have the leaves. So I do believe that.
So the reason why I ask you that, right? When you identify that somebody's a tree, do you leave them behind?
Identify there are tree or grass. Which one is it?
Both.
As I said, in life, persons are there for different reasons. And it's about
Interesting.
finding out the reasons that they are there for. So
Interesting.
if I test my circle and I realize, this person was just there, just around for that goal at the time, and I'm not really there around. And instead of malice them and say, what's them youth on here real? Me have to evaluate and say, he was just for that purpose, and we can't hold it against him. You know what I mean? So you have to evaluate and know who is there. And that's why I said many times we just try to be loyal to everybody and try to drag everybody with we. And that's why when the shoulder be not broad enough and persons are left out and them start despising and them see one take your life. So you can't carry everybody with you. First you have to build yourself and then you try to bring others. And sometimes we don't understand that with family or friends.
Quite intriguing with her. That one dig deep. That one dig deep. Jackson, how can you identify your circle? How would you describe your circle?
How would I describe my circle?
Yeah.
I think the best description of my circle is small. My circle is very small. Yeah, man, very small. So
Let me ask you one more question before you go in dig a little bit deeper.
yeah.
Because some people, them circle are them family. You know. Is your circle your family or you extended to your friends?
Um, family in terms of like my wife and stuff, obviously she always have to involve, but outside of that, I mean, I can count probably on one hand the amount of people that I actually reach out to on a regular. Yeah, man. Yeah.
You're a trainer, so your expectation is, not everybody can reach it.
But at the same time, I don't burn bridges, right? So I can reach out to
Mm.
any one of my
That's the important talk.
yeah, man. We can reach out to anybody right now that I've been acquainted with at any given time and show them and say, "Yo, we need this or we have this," and ask them if they want it. Or, you understand? I say, I can do that. But at the same time, if we're talking about a close friends that we reach out to often, it's a very small, very, very small number of persons. Probably,
So I
probably
was
about
gonna
one.
ask I was gonna ask with this question, but because you say that, I'm gonna reach out to you. So does your friends or does your circle knowledge as an impact on who is in your circle?
And not necessarily, because going back to what was said earlier, it's like you have different persons for different things. Like, some people, even though you consider them a friend, you're not gonna talk to them about certain things, right? While you have a bridging where you have them really reason about anything at all,
Mm.
right? You have some things where you just now go share with some of your friend them or some of your colleagues them. Even though you're friends, you just now go share that information, right? And then you have others where you openly talk about it. I'm sure everybody can relate to that. So it's not that you value one friend more than the other, but at the same time, it's like you understand who people are and you try to manage your expectations with them, and you try to like limit certain information and certain things.
What's up? Go ahead, Jackson.
No, I was just gonna say in terms of knowledge sharing, with again stuff that's progressive and inspirational and stuff like that. That's open, like public knowledge. But if I'm talking about like relationship stuff, like if I'm going through something with a relationship, like I don't even know who I'll talk to about it, because that's man, I really talk about them things there sometimes still. But at the end of the day, like certain things you just now go share.
Mm.
You understand? Yeah. So certain things, that's why I say your wife has to be a part of it, because like, I strongly believe when you come on to you, so you're married, you see what happened between you and your wife, not even your best friend are supposed to know that.
There we have it. Jackson showing shades, For the
I'm
gentlemen
not
who
gonna
don't have
shades.
a wife, like myself. No, let me
I didn't
not
mean
say
it like
like
that.
myself. Let me not say like myself. Let me not make it be about me, right? Let me say this. For the gentlemen who out there who doesn't have a wife and cannot relate to what Jackson is saying, because Jackson, you're one of the few that have a wife or actually keep a wife. You have some people who divorce. You have some people who learning about their wife, and you have some people who would never have a wife. Now, what's up? Let me ask you this before I go in the circuit thing. Do you have a wife, sir? Not talking about a legal wife, you know what I mean? Like Jackson. Because Jackson go
A
in deep.
legal wife? What do you mean legal wife?
No, because you have common law wife too. You have common law
Okay.
wife. You talk about the wife you put on a ring pan, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
50,
I'm working on it, sir. I'm working on it.
Okay, so you can relate to this question then. So, does your circle of friends, right? The circle of friends you have, does their knowledge impact the circle? All right, it doesn't matter to you?
All right, so I believe you have different type of friends, as Jackson stated.
Mm.
Friends who offer moral support,
Mm-hmm.
um, friends who offer financial advice.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Hold on, stick a
friends,
pin. Hold on, stick a pin. Audience, remember these gentlemen are opposite. Buta say he's in the process, or hopefully he find a wife, right? While Jackson is already having a wife. So their opinion is going to be their opinion. So we don't want nobody bash them and say, Wita, exactly, you fi say, well, Kemara say, the man are going to speak on theme
yeah.
experience. Go on, Wita.
Yeah, man. So I must say, you have a different type of friends, right? And you can't expect everything from one friend. Let's say you have a friend who have a moral support, some financial advice. Someone just there to make you laugh when you're sad. Let's be a joke, and you know what I mean. Some there for all are serious meds. You have to understand that each person can contribute differently. The issue is the issue at times is that some people expect everything from one friend. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And when you don't get it, you say, yo, you're not real. And you try to understand that your expectation at times, because I am like this. I expect this from a person. But really we have to look what the person provides. Um, I'm not saying you're going in a relationship and talk your relationship, talk your wife or your partner to your friend. But sometimes it's good when you're making moves in life, at least somebody know, because something can happen and there will never be a proper story to tell about it. So, ladies in our world who have friends that they talk to, the reason with, and one of the problem with us men is that we as men and friends don't really
Hold on, stick up in,
be our
stick up in,
true self.
stick up in with her. Jackson, your talk.
No, I'm speaking generally. Just speaking generally.
No,
So at
man, for make it
No, he's
quick.
making sense. He's making sense.
so at times, as a youth, my mom always said something to me. You can't be so private. If you make a move, at least send one friend so them know say, yeah, go check that cat today. Because if something happen to you, nobody now gonna know what take place. So
Mm.
I understand the importance at times to have somebody you can share with. And we as male at times, because we don't discuss our true feelings, or some of us in a friendship, and we don't be our true self. We're not comfortable in being our true self because we're afraid I'm gonna go say, yo, with that emotional or too egoistic or Jackson too soft. You know what I mean? But sometimes you have to be your true self, and your real friends accept who you really are. So if you have certain friends, you have to reason with them, man. And as men, we need to reason with one another, be a support system to our brothers, because when you check the road, when you trip out the road, you see more madman than mad woman. Man not to reason. Common sense make you make sense.
No, gentlemen, I like the opinions and I like the suggestion. Audience, remember, every opinion you're hearing is if you notice, it's three different individuals on this, and it's three different opinions giving their opinions on different cases. Because we can relate to both Kemar and Witter. One is a married man, one is hoping to be a married man. So your opinion is going to be different based on
Where
their
you fall in
skill.
that? Where you fall in that sliding scale
We're
there?
working with you, gentlemen, at the moment. We're gonna be wrapping up. We're gonna be wrapping up and paying some bills. Now, if you are one of those individuals that fall in any of these categories, right? Jackson, you think you're easy? Now, if you're one of these gentlemen who fall in any of these categories, listen, advice is something freely given, but common sense, make it make sense. Take out the part where useful to you. Nobody focus on the part when it makes sense to you. Make it make sense. Gentlemen, here we have it. If anyone here in the audience would like to give us their opinion, feel free to drop it in the comment section. Mr. Witter, you want to tell them a little bit more about that?
Yes, most definitely. Don't fear, I'm afraid to say gray jacket or blue jacket. If you can't remember the names. Blue jacket, no, it's black jacket. Just remember, that should be in the blue. But anyway,
What color may I wear?
can I colorblind? Look, that look like gray. So make sure you go ahead and subscribe, leave a comment and a like, and don't forget, share the link to a friend. It's all about Kommon Cents make sense, and we love to grow with our audience, and we appreciate our first release. How you guys are supporting, and we're doing different category of release, and I still see you supporting. So big up on yourself.
Jackson, you want to say anything out there to the married fellows? Because Witter goes on behalf of the, quick and fast.
Quick and fast. I don't know. I always recommend keeping a circle small, but if you're going to keep a circle small, make sure say the people that you're keeping it are people that are looking out for you and are motivational and are people that are progressive. Yeah.
Quick question as a married man. Your wife have to approve them?
if you're in a relationship where your wife is approving your friends, you're in a problem. You're in a problem. Trust me.
So you're saying your wife don't approve your friends?
No, I'm not saying my wife doesn't approve of my friends. I'm saying my wife doesn't need to approve my friends. Yeah. But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, if you choose a partner, make sure it's somebody that's like-minded. So that means when you choose a friend, them, it's somebody that they would choose as well. So there's no approval that's necessary. But you see,
1 minute. You know me, I forgot dig a little bit.
You don't need to dig nothing, man. In the show, man. I want this someone, man.
Why if the wife don't approve of the friends?
Bank.
Why if the wife don't approve of the friends? What did I say to that gentleman out there?
If the wife don't approve of the friend, the wife don't have to approve of the friend. At the end of the day, we understand that does happen, Of course, you have some friends that the wife don't approve of, but what value is that friend bringing into the relationship? That is your relationship with that friend, right? What value are they bringing to it? Is it a day one friend from long time? Why the wife don't approve of that friend? Is it because that friend always encourage you to go club? Or if you go look woman or something like that?
You know what? You know what? Let me end the program by saying, choose your circle. Hold on.
There you go.
Let's end the program by saying, choose your circle wisely. Kommon Cents making sense.